What's good, Commanders fans? So the schedule is finally out. We had a couple leaks earlier, but the schedule is finally here. So here's some numbers I want to give you guys real quick before we do get started. So strength of schedule, we have the 8th toughest strength of schedule when last year we had the 2nd easiest. I know people are going to be like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's the beginning of the season. You got to play the games. Things can change. So I get that, of course, but we're just going to evaluate the schedule. So it is a challenging schedule. I'm not going to lie. And then the amount of primetime games we have is only one. We have one against the Bears on Thursday Night Football. Of course, that was a stinker of a game last year against the Bears. So they decided to put us back on Thursday Night Football. There are teams that have zero primetime games. The Houston Texans, the Atlanta Falcons, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Indianapolis Colts have zero primetime games. Shout out to the terrible Jim Irsay for that. We only got one primetime game. Like I said, I'm not pressed for primetime games, but we have done well under the Rivera era in primetime games. We beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football. We beat the Bears on Thursday Night Football. We beat Russell Wilson on Monday Night Football with the Seahawks last year or 2 years ago. We beat the Steelers on Monday Evening Football when the Steelers were undefeated. So we've done pretty well on primetime games under Ron Rivera so far. So I'm not scared. I'm not ducking a work from a Monday Night Football game. And we could potentially be flexed into a Sunday night game like we did against the Giants. Even though we ended up losing that game, I wouldn't mind getting flexed. And I love primetime games. I love games that are later in the day. I really don't like 1 o'clock games. I know a lot of you love 1 o'clock games, which we have a lot this year again. But I'm not the biggest fan of 1 o'clock games, to be honest with you. I like to relax on my Sundays at first, and then I can get started with watching football around 8 o'clock. That's pretty cool to me. That's just the way I like it. But and then also our bye week again is not until week 14, so we have a late bye. That is a disadvantage to teams that have such a late bye. You'd rather have it in the middle of the season so you can rest, not get your body banged up 13 games into the season, and then you have a bye. So, all right, so let's get into this schedule here. So first game of the season, they helped us out once again, like last year when we played the Jaguars in the first game, then we had the Lions in the second, even though we lost to the Lions. We have the Arizona Cardinals week 1 at home. Colt McCoy, there's been a lot of comparisons, Sam Howell versus Colt McCoy. Is DeAndre Hopkins going to be on the Cardinals team? No Kyler Murray. The Arizona Cardinals, they're slated to be like one of the worst teams in the NFL, if not the worst team in the NFL. They have one of the worst rosters on paper in the NFL, and they definitely could be in the running for Caleb Williams or Drake May next year for sure. So that is a game that honestly we should go out there and win. They have Rondell Moore, DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Marquise Hollywood Brown. So that is a good test for Emmanuel Forbes. It's a good test for Jaquan Martin. That's a good test out the gate because they have a decent receiving core. And Colt McCoy, he's a gunslinger. If he's going to be the starter day one, he plays hard, man. He does. Now it would be embarrassing. This would be an embarrassing loss. I'm gonna keep it real. Now this is a game tone, setting tone game for the season. And I'm telling you, like, I hate to say must wins in the beginning of the year, so early in the year, but this is a must win. It is what it is, especially for Ron Rivera, a new owner coming in. Ron already said on the John Kine podcast, he knows if things don't go well, he will be let go. That's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically he knows how that's going to go. Already happened with David Tepper with the Panthers. But if you lose to Colt McCoy at home, this fan base is going to turn on you. They just are. Let's keep it real. You cannot lose to Colt McCoy coming out the gate. And like I said, I'm not sleeping on Colt. Colt is a gunslinger. And he's won games as a starter before. He's won games for us. You know, what he did on Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. And what was it, like 2013 when he beat the Cowboys? We weren't supposed to beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Colt McCoy had a solid game in that game. Broncos week 2, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was awful last year, but now they have Sean Payton. They have a solid receiver core, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. They have a good team on paper. They have a good defense. Like they are a team on paper that has a good roster. They just underachieved because Russ was so bad last year. Then we played the Bills week 3. We played the Bills at 1 o'clock, September 24th. That's at home. Josh Allen. Last time we played the Bills, they beat the crap out of us. They did. The only good play that really happened was like the screen pass to Antonio Gibson. That was the measure stick game where Chase Young was running past Josh Allen. Montez Sweat was running past Josh Allen. Can we get our revenge on the Bills? Sean McDermott, I remember Ron was saying that he's learned a lot from the Bills. And the Bills, you know, there's bad blood there with the whole J.D. McKissick thing as well. So let's see if we can get some revenge on the Bills there. Tim Settle, of course, is on the Bills. Eagles, week 4, October 1st. That's at Philly. So, you know, it's going to be a tough matchup. NFC East battle. We split with the Eagles last year. I think we can split with the Eagles for sure. They just have a good team. Jalen Hurts is good. Devontae Smith versus Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes said, that's the guy that he wants to play against. Devontae Smith got the best of him at Mississippi State versus Alabama. So let's see if Emmanuel Forbes can win that matchup there. Two skinny guys going up against each other. October 5th against the Bears. Like I already talked about that last year. The Thursday night football game. Justin Fields. This is a big year for Justin Fields. Chase Claypool is a good wide receiver. They traded for DJ Moore. They have Darnell Mooney. He's a good receiver. Last year we barely beat them because of Ben St. Juste getting that tackle on the 1 yard line. And then Velus Jones muffing that punt. If we don't get that muff punt, we probably lose that game because Carson Wentz was awful that game. It was such a hard game to watch for sure. I think we beat them like 16-13. Falcons, week 6 at Atlanta. Taylor Heineke's the backup quarterback. Desmond Ridder is the starter. So we'll see if Heineke plays in that game. We'll see by that time. That's going to be an interesting game. John Robinson as well. Very good running back. We're going to have to stop the run in that game. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tougher game than what you think, to be honest. They have a really good running attack. We barely beat them last year because of the left hand up by Deron Payne, the tip pass, and interception by Kendall Fuller. Giants, week 7. We got to beat the Giants, man. I'm so tired of being swept by the Giants or losing to the Giants. I know we swept them the year before, but we got to beat the Giants at least once, man. We have to. Daniel Jones, they got Darren Waller. So they upgraded the tight end position. Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver out of Tennessee. They got rid of Kenny Galladay, still have Saquon. So they still have Sterling Shepard. So the roster's not great, but the coaching is good. Brian Dable, Saquon is an elite running back. Daniel Jones is a mid-tier solid quarterback. So I can't sleep on Daniel Jones. He just has really good. Danny fumbles. He has really good games against Washington. He just does. I have to keep it real. So Kayvon Thibodeau, he killed us last year. Charles Leno has to wake up. Eagles once again, week 8, 1 o'clock game once again. That I'm gonna say that game is on Fox. I forgot to pull up the schedule where it shows the channels that it comes on as well. But week 1, of course, I forgot to say Eric Bieniemy versus Jonathan Gannon, because Jonathan Gannon is the head coach now for the Cardinals, and Eric Bieniemy schooled Jonathan Gannon in the Super Bowl game with the beautiful plays to Kadarius Toney, the beautiful pass to Sky Moore in the red zone in the goal line, and really outcoached and got the best of Jonathan Gannon. But I feel like Eric Bieniemy should be a head coach in this league. He is an associate head coach, but for Jonathan Gannon to get a job before Eric Bieniemy is very disrespectful in my opinion. So we get the Eagles again at home, October 29th, 1 p.m. So it's going to start getting cold around that time. So we'll see how that game goes. But we got to split with the Eagles at least. We got to beat them again like we did last year. November 5th, Patriots. Christian Gonzalez. You got the storyline there. Christian Gonzalez being drafted right after Emmanuel Forbes. So you got the storyline right there. And last time we played the Patriots at New England, was that the time we lost like 52-10 or something like that? I got to look that up because I remember Joe Gibbs was the coach. We just got blown out. I know we played them. We had to have played them before that. But I know the last time, I remember one of the times we went to New England, it did not go well at all. And I think that's a winnable game. Mac Jones is okay. Bailey Zapp is okay. But, of course, Bill Belichick is a heck of a coach for sure. November 12th, the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith, 425. That's finally a 425 game. All the games that I said, of course, the 425 game against the Broncos, September 17th. Seattle, 425. Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, who's their running back? Like Kenneth Walker or something like that. He's a good running back, so that's going to be a tough matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. Cody Barton was a former Seahawk, so he gets a revenge game there somewhat. Giants again, November 19th, week 11, another 1 p.m. game. Then we played Dallas on Thanksgiving. Last time we played Dallas on Thanksgiving at Dallas, Antonio Gibson had the 3-touchdown game where he waved goodbye. So that was one of my favorite games that I've seen in the last couple of years. Alex Smith, we did the Statue of Liberty trick plays to J.D. McKissick. Terry McLaurin had the game saving tackle when Alex Smith threw a pick to Jalen Smith. We beat them 41-16. Montez Sweat jumped up. We got a pick 6 on Andy Dalton. We just skunked them in their house. Put up a 40-burger in Dallas. Week 3 against the Dolphins, 1 p.m. at home. It's going to be a tough game. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Tua, if he's healthy, if he doesn't have a concussion. They have a good team, man. They have a very talented offensive roster for sure. December 17th against LA, at LA on the road at 405. Matt Stafford is going to be healthy by that time. Shoulder injury or elbow injury, we'll see. They have a good coach with Sean McVay, but they've been up and down last year. Of course, they won the Super Bowl, and then this past season, they had a really down year. Aaron Donald, of course. That will be a good test for Sam Cosmi, Nick Gates, and all the interior offensive linemen for sure. December 24th, Christmas Eve, we play Aaron Rodgers. I already talked about that. Sauce Gardner versus Terry McLaurin. Emmanuel Forbes versus Garrett Wilson. Alan Lazard. Who else they got? Randall Cobb. He brought all his Packers friends with him. So that should be a fun game. 1 p.m. Christmas Eve. Enjoy the holiday for sure. December 31st, San Fran. 1 p.m. Brock Purdy. Kyle Shanahan. George Kittle. They killed us last time. George Kittle had a big game against us last time. Going to be a defensive battle. Deebo Samuel. Brendan Ayuk. Watch out for the reverse. So there's a lot of history there. That one is going to be at home at 1 p.m. The last time we played San Fran at home, I think that's when they did the slip and slide game. And I didn't like that at all. But we did get our revenge against them when we played them in 2020. We beat them. And the last game of the season is to be determined. The time at home against Dallas. So really the toughest stretch of the schedule is probably the Thanksgiving game against Dallas at Dallas. And then you play the Dolphins at home. That's not really that tough, to be honest. But you play the Patriots. You play the Eagles at home. Or you play the Eagles at home October 29th. And you play the Patriots away and the Seahawks away. So that kind of is tough. You go on the road to against Seattle, so you have a long road game, but you have a couple breaks with the Thursday games. You play Dallas on Thursday, then you play December 3rd against the Dolphins. You get a little bye week, a small mini bye against the Dolphins. And you play Thursday against the Bears, and you have a small break against the Falcons. So, all right, you guys, let me know what you guys think about the schedule. I do want to find the actual the channels of the game, but you guys get it. I mean, we usually play on Fox for the most part. So, but I'm not going to give a record. I mean, maybe tonight I will with my elite channel members tonight. I'll do that and give a record for sure. But I want. Oh yeah. So okay, look, we play the Cardinals on Fox, Broncos on CBS, Bills on CBS, the Eagles on Fox, Bears on Prime Video, Eagles on Fox, Patriots on Fox, Giants on CBS. That's really weird at 1 p.m. Falcons at on CBS. That's really weird at 1 p.m. as well. Seahawks on Fox. Giants on Fox, Cowboys on CBS on Thanksgiving, Dolphins on Fox, Rams on CBS. That's really weird. 2 NFC teams on CBS, but I think they changed the channels and stuff like that for the conferences. At Jets on CBS, Niners on Fox, and Dallas is to be determined. So that game could be flex. It could be like a game where back in 2012 with RG3, where the house was rocking, it was going crazy, and that could have big playoff implications. That being that last game of the season, the NFC East games. And last year we had that NFC East gauntlet. This year we don't. They broke up the NFC East games. We don't play the Cowboys until Thanksgiving. We play the Eagles in week 4. We don't play the Giants until week 7. So most of the games are pretty late or like right in the middle or towards the end of the season. So all right, guys, let me know what you guys think. You can put your record down below. I'm not going to put a record down below, but it is a tough schedule. You play Josh Allen, you play Aaron Rodgers, you play Jalen Hurts twice, you play Dak twice, even though we skunked Dak the last time we played him. Then you play the Niners. They don't have good quarterback play. They just have good play overall. Tua is a solid quarterback. And then like I said, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was iffy last year, but it's a challenging schedule. It is. It's a tougher schedule than last year. I'll say that. But I do think I'm not going to go as far and say playoffs at this moment, but I do see a path to it. But once again, Ron Rivera always wins 7 games. He always finds ways to win 7 games, and he always finds a way to get on a winning streak. He always finds a way to do that as well. He finds a way to get a 4-game winning streak some way, somehow. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hello, Commanders. Peace. See you guys on the live tonight. Peace.